Like, I'm probably going to be one of the most authentic, grounded people anybody going to come across. I'm saying that because that's part of the reason why I'm in the position I'm in, is because I'm not afraid to talk about it. I'm not afraid to get a credit where the credit is due. That's right. And I'll never get a big head about none of it.
How do you deal with staying out of the comments?
Welcome back to the Power Up with Keith WITHROW show, part 2 of our talk with Actorpreneur Stanley Aughtry. Let's rejoin the discussion.
So at the end of the day, if you keep asking to be hired, you'll never really feel like you're getting the value that you feel like you're bringing. But if you're creating it, even if you put yourself in a lead position, you get to have that money and the money on the back end after you pay everybody else, and your product does well. So it keep running forever. Just like a Black Panther. If Black Panther do $1.4 billion in its first year, and mind you, they gave us a $200 million budget. They thought we'll make $290. So they only was looking for a $90 million profit. They only wanted $290 back for the $290 million back for the $200 million they were investing. So then when you get $1.4 billion, look how much overage Disney got and accrued in a year. And they're still making money.
It goes back to what I always say. He who controls the deal controls the money.
Correct.
You the creator, you the owner, you the producer, you the person that's behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. What did we talk about earlier? The machine. Yeah. You started the machine. Mm-hmm. So you're exactly right, Stan. You know, what he just said is going to touch somebody. Mm-hmm. I've been saying it a lot in the business world, but now you're saying it in the acting space.
Right.
Don't be so focused on, not to say nothing's wrong with that, of just being obsessed with being in front of the camera all of the time. That's a great point. Yeah. Because the cats who make the real money, you'll never see.
Right. And think about it like this. Even for the businesses that sometimes we run, I don't know if it's like this for you as much as it is me. There's sometimes I don't even want them to know I own the company.
Oh, that's my thing.
So it's like
everybody that knows me already know.
Yeah.
People come here all the time. They just think I had a guy today. I tried to ask him, did he need any help? Yeah. He blew me off in the parking lot, like, get away from me.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing.
And I was fine with that.
I'm fine with it. Problem. Because whatever the business is or whatever brings the money to you, that's what you in it for, and the quality of your business.
Don't matter to me.
Not for the notoriety, not for the fame of being like, hey, I own Motor Coach. It's like you don't even have to know.
I know I'm the owner. You know why I know I'm the owner? I'm the one that's got to make sure that payroll. I got to make sure that the money is in the bank. I got to pay the bills.
That's it.
So I know I'm the boss and the buck stops at you. But you know what comes with that, Stan? That comes with being comfortable in your own skin and not being so thirsty for notoriety and attention. Mm-hmm. Everybody likes attention. That's just the human nature in most cases. But I'm just saying, like, when you're comfortable, and you know what? I wasn't always like that.
That's what I was gonna say. Everybody don't always like attention.
It happened after I got hit in the mouth, as I call it. Mm-hmm. For you ones who don't know, when I say hit in the mouth, I mean like when life, there you go, bam, hits you in your mouth. Who knows if you're a champion until you fight somebody who can hit? Can you take a hit? Do you have a glass jaw? Can you get knocked down and get back up? That's what this show is about. It's all about the comeback. It's all about, can you get hit and come back? Everybody always wants to talk about the glory days, the money, this and that, all the accolades and all that stuff. No one wants to ever talk about the comeback or being hit in the mouth. And what happens is people out here thinking Because especially with the world, with the Instagrams and the TikToks, and everybody creates all these fake facades and stuff, and it looks like everybody's life is perfect.
Right.
But it's not. So I like to, it's not like I want to talk about gloom and doom on this show,
Right.
but I want people to see real people who talk about real stuff.
Right.
What's been the thing that has hit you in the mouth and you had to deal with it and stay with it?
I wondered if we would segue there once you said that, because if you recall, we probably started Power Up Man. Yep, probably 1 month or 2 months in 2019 September, and that was the same year that me and corporate America, like, we parted ways. I was able to take my separation from them and leave that engineering position with them and managerial position with them, thinking like that might be what I have to deal with.
Right.
But then I think the next week was when my stepfather,
It was all that.
yes, he needed to quarantine. So we remember, this is right in the pre of COVID, so nobody knew what COVID was yet, but it was like he had flu A and B at the same time, but he needed to quarantine, so he needed to go into one of the rooms in my house instead of stay at the house that I got him and my mom, so he don't get her sick. But we ain't calling it COVID yet, it's just flu A and B, but he needs to so I'm thinking
19.
like, yeah, this is 2019, so I'm
Oh.
thinking like, oh, okay, well, maybe that's also why I needed to be off, so I can be here for this.
God orchestrates stuff again.
And so now we're turning into October, and in October it's normally the anniversary that I think about when my father passed in 2009. Well, right on that anniversary date, I get a call like 4 a.m. in the morning that I miss, and it's my brother, my only brother, and I missed the call. By the time I get the call, I find out that a situation went down between him and his wife, and homicide occurred to his wife. He ended up committing suicide, taking my 4 nieces and nephews of theirs to my stepsister, my sister, and leaving them with her. And so I'm waking up realizing that my brother,
Did he take him to him?
right before he committed suicide, he took him to my sister.
After the homicide.
After the homicide, took him to my sister, dropped him off with instruction, told him exactly what to do for the rest of their life from him, what he think. Talked to my sister. She couldn't stop him from the next step of what he knew he wanted to do, which was pretty much take his life. And then as she tried to stop him from doing it, again, she couldn't. He was able to free himself, get out, go. And before I could reach him, he had already took his life. So that happened. So my father's anniversary date of dying, he was the next day. So by the time it happened, it was the absolute next day.
Meanwhile, sickness in the house. Leaving.
Job
position,
change, yeah, career change.
Career change.
And that happened. That same week, I still needed to go to Hampton University for homecoming, mainly because I needed to talk to the kids. Because this was a situation where I needed to be in front of them and have an inspirational talk to them about what actorpreneurship is about. And the memorial of my brother was going to be the absolute next day after I talked to them. So I'm talking to them on Friday, and then I go to DC so I can be for the memorial for Saturday morning. And by the time I get back to Atlanta, I'm getting a call. My mom had fell down the stairs of the house that I bought her. And fortunately, she called me herself, so I knew she was alive, but she didn't know if everything was broken and everything else.
We all know as senior citizens, you don't want to broken
Right,
leg.
so she could have easily passed away at that particular time, but God ended up saving her from that. But all of this happened within a 30-day period. And when we had our next Power Up Men's group, I remember you looking at me, you was like, you still smiling. You don't look like anything that's really going on, because I felt like with everything that was happening, it was so much that any one thing is enough to kind of keep somebody busy spiritually, mentally. So for it to be 4 or 5 different things kind of, and I was like, so God's doing something and the enemy is testing me. we read about Job. I said, so the enemy's testing me and trying to see how I deal with all of this and what God's trying to do. And I can say, like, I even myself, I didn't know why I wasn't necessarily shaking from my tree more than I was. But I really wasn't, because that was a question I asked. And, we always talk about spiritual warfare. And every time something happens, asking the question, like, spiritually, God, what are you trying to show me? What are you trying to do? And by me keeping that mindset that whole time period, it really changed how I responded and reacted to each moment, and was able to compartmentalize and show up for each moment. So that honestly, from that turn, when I started us talking today and I said, eating out of his hand, pretty much moving how he want to move, it's truly been even deeper in that since 2019. Right. And all the things that's happened, I've been like, he had to have had that happen for me. And I could say that the position that I was in, and mind you, in the career that I had, like, it's high 6-figure position. Right. So you would think, like, if I walk away from that, or if I have to leave that, that's going to be a big decrease. That the house that my mom in, that's going to take a hit. The house I'm in is going to take a hit. The other houses that I'm in are going to take a hit. I'm going to have to let some stuff go, sell off some assets, do something. Not that it's supposed to grow. Not that I'm supposed to be able to get more. Not that I'm supposed to start more businesses. That's right. Not that I'm supposed to see the bank account grow. Yeah. It was like the numbers that and I remember screenshotting it, the numbers that I could show on that date in September. Right. To each year, it's just been
steady growth.
To how my mom or my stepdad doing, they've been getting better, doing better. To how my nephews and nieces that don't have a mother or a father graduating, becoming electricians, becoming citizens that can take care of themselves, even with that happening to them directly.
You jumped in directly yourself to help with the raising of them.
And my stepsister.
And the support with that.
Yeah. And the thing is, and it's like, so the prayers that I put forward to have them covered, because I really didn't know how they would persevere through that. Right. They were young, and they lost both parents.
Yeah, at the same time.
And not being separated from each other or not, and they carrying it. And so beyond me having to carry the grief of that, they happen to carry it every day. And if they are asked, like, where's your parents or where's your mom and dad, they have to have this conversation consistently. Yeah. And fortunately, they doing well with that. So that's why I say, when you talk about getting hit in the mouth, that to me served as a hit in the mouth moment, because from that moment in 2019 to now, everything that happens is like, is his. Even the growth that I just talked about, whether it's financial or anything else, is his. So, and I always tell people that are believers, I'm like, well, the thing about even money, if God's your bank account, how rich are you?
Everything you do anyway.
Anything that you need, yeah, you seen it. Anything that you need, sometimes it's like it didn't even take that. I remember when you talked about getting certain buses, and you was like, that bus is worth, but I only paid.
That's right.
Because God, right? So it's like, it's a situation where sometimes you can go after, if you're so thirsty, like we was talking about, to get certain positions and opportunities that you like, well, I saw them zeros, so I had to sign, I had to do what I had to do. And it's like the things that's going to come behind it is not going to continue to bless. Right. But when you do it the right way, you don't even have to stress this stuff. Right. And certain entities will stay away from you. Like I think sometimes I do certain auditions for certain folks and certain people, and the reason why I may not get selected for it is because it's not to do me any good, and they can see it. Like if I come, whatever crap coming with you, you're not going to be able to run it the same. Right. It's going to have to change.
That's right.
And so it's going to mess you up. But the stuff that I do get brought into, it mushrooms. Black Panther mushrooms. Average Joe was on BET Plus. Now it's on Netflix. Season 2 is in South Africa. I don't have to play the biggest part, but if you allow me to be with you guys,
that's right,
it's going to mushroom. Because you literally are dealing with God's child. And if you do right by him,
that's what I always say,
you're going to have favor also come upon you.
It actually multiplies.
Exactly. And sometimes
it's collateral.
Correct. That's all you gotta do.
It's collateral. You know what I always say? Be careful how you handle.
Yeah.
Be careful how you handle guys, kids. I would dare you to go come against me too hard and treat me some kind of way.
Yeah.
If you're smart, you'll come and be in alliance with me. It's not that it's me.
No.
It's that it's him and he's with me.
Correct.
And I'm on, see, just what a lot of people don't get. Now we're about to get deep with it, man.
Let's go.
What a lot of people don't know is your trajectory and what he has set up for you. It's not really about you. You're just being used as the piece that he needs. He built you a certain way. He's got you a certain way so you can do what you need to do what? Influence these people, bless these people, have the resources for these people.
Right.
All that comes in a package, right? So if you just stay on your course, stay in your lane and roll the way you need to roll, right?
Yep.
It'll be all right.
Yep.
You don't have to be greedy. You don't have to be thirsty. The machine will work and everything's gonna draw to you. It will come to you. I say you build it, it will come. You just do what you're supposed to do. Stay on track. People may laugh at you. People may say you stupid. People might say this and that. Don't matter. You stay your course. This is what I've lived by.
Yeah.
A lot of people get too caught up in what they see other people doing. Man, he's doing all this. Why can't I have it? Well, it may not be designed for you to have that.
Right.
And guess what? You don't know what he's doing to be doing that. I have it.
Pretty much.
You don't know.
Yeah. And you may not be willing to do it.
And you may not be willing to do it.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. This show, and for the ones who don't know, Power Up Man, Stan has been a supporter. I was introduced to Stan by my co-host on the Power Up Man show, which is Big Gary Rambo. Big Ram, shout out to Big Ram. Yup, that's how I know Stan. He's always talked of you, spoke of you very highly before I even met you. Back when we used to be working out in the gym, he said, man, I got a friend Stan. He's one of the most solid brothers I know. You know, and then when we created this men's group called Power Up Man, and it's a safe space for men to come and meet together and talk about life's issues, things that may be troubling you, depression, spirit of suicide, you know, dealing with family issues, all kinds of stuff. It's a space where you can come. We leave the egos behind. We take the mask off. No one's in there. Doing the measuring contest about how much you make, what you do, all walks of life, from businessmen and actors to doctors to just whatever. It don't even matter. We just men in a room. Yeah. The titles don't drive what we do and who we are in that space. But that's what Stan was referring to when he was saying he was coming to the Power Up Man meetings. And man, I think the world needs more space for not just men, women, men, whoever, to where you can be you. Talk about real issues, right, like we're doing right now. Right. I mean, this can definitely bless somebody, man. So, what's in the future for Stan Aughtry, man? What's in the, what's in the mix? What do you got? What you got in the mixing bowl, man?
That's why I laugh, because based on what I just told you, that's what's so, I want to say a little majestic about it, because I don't know. I say it from that perspective, humbly, from literally things that line up, I trust.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's what's lining up. So, I mean, from a figurative standpoint, obviously, I have a children's book out with the author Tiffany L. Burgess, actress as well. She was in The Color Purple. But we have a book out together. We also finishing another film together that we're in the final stages with. So trying to get that done, called Darling Nikki. And we also had another short called Skin Like Mine, animated short for kids.
Okay.
So we probably trying to pitch that soon. I'm also got some films coming out that I just did this year. So each month this year, I pretty much been shooting something.
Okay.
So I don't know the order of how certain things will come out, but I got a couple of different movies that I'll tell everybody to look out for. I know one probably coming on Valentine's Day of 2025. And then I may have to go to New York here in a week or so to shoot something, but I can't speak on that quite yet. But that should be fun, because that's a show that I've been watching for quite some time on Stars that I think everybody liked. And so we get the chance to do that, then that should be pretty fun.
My man.
So figuratively, there's some stuff like that that's going on that I can speak on in the immediate. But outside of that, it's like,
well, I know one thing.
I negotiate it every day. Like, what you want?
I know one thing that's gonna happen. We've been talking about this for a while. We're gonna do some stuff together, man. Yeah. In this space, and my little thing is to help somebody's space. Mm-hmm. You know, we've been talking about it for a couple of years now, like putting together some projects where we can have some short film about life issues, those depression. You know, the elephants that are in the room that people don't really talk about. Mm-hmm. That's some things that I would like to work with you on. And we've already talked about it. So coming soon, y'all. Y'all gonna be seeing some of this stuff. Yeah. But yeah, man. Well, look, I think this is absolutely great, man. And we're gonna definitely do this again. This is my man, Stan Aughtry. He's a man of God, and he's on the move. So basically, y'all help keep an eye out, because this man he's gonna shock the world with some really, really, really good content, man. I just want to say thanks for tuning in, everybody. Remember to like and subscribe. Hit your notification bells, man. Support us. Leave some comments. That's the one thing that I didn't talk about, but we get into it the next time. Right. Well, you know, you got to deal with, like, how do you deal with staying out of the comments? Some people say stay out of the comments. Like with notoriety, even with this, you're gonna have people come out and say some craziness. You got internet trolls, you got cats that's like internet bullies or whatnot. How do you deal with that?
Well, so far for myself, again, my bubble is super strong. I don't know what's going on, but I appreciate it, because whether it's comments or DMs, nothing is ever too off color. And if someone do come in, I don't know who they are, they're like, hey, da 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 da, and I'm like, thank you for your support, and I appreciate you. Right. And I'm in and out, and it's really being respected. Right. Like, I don't get a lot of pushback, but I kind of feel like what happens for me isn't what I can say happens for everyone. So for anyone else that's in that position, most likely, yeah, like you said, at some point you get to a certain place where you got to stay out of the comments. And for myself, I'm already kind of, even though I'm in social media a bit, because I kind of have to be, I'm still pretty like flat. Like, I'm not going to give too much of whatever, only because I'm also a boss.
Right, that's right.
And I feel a type of way for me being in social media, trying to entertain people in social media a certain way. But then I got to come back and have people that's older than me work for me, right, and respect me.
That's right.
And so they don't need to hear me necessarily talk a certain way, saying certain things. Exactly. That's my choice to say. It's different if I'm acting and I'm doing a different job. Right. It's another thing if I'm doing it and I'm just trying to get likes or get follows or whatever. Right. So I don't have a lot out there for that kind of stuff. But for other people, they do. And it's like, if that's what you're doing and that's what you enjoy to do, you can do that. But I always look at the social media aspect like it's a world that pays some people, but at the same time, it's not a real world. Right. I'm still old enough. Yeah, I'm still old enough where it's like when a birthday come around, the people that I know and know me, we text. I'm going to see you. Yeah. The people in this room with us right now will literally shake my hand and say happy birthday to me. Right. That means more to me actually than all the happy birthdays from 1,000 people that I can't touch and feel. Right. I appreciate it, but it's not real to me. Right. You know, it's in a world that I can't.
You keep it where it needs to be.
Correct. So at the end of the day, staying out the comments is really just as simple as, for people of the right age, not getting too connected to that device. And I used to say that's why I enjoy international trips, because there was a time when you go out of the country and they didn't have Wi-Fi everywhere. You get out the country, You ain't got to worry about the phone. You like, I'm going to email you or call you as soon as I land, and then after that, I ain't got to worry about it till
off the grid from it.
Yeah, where now it's everywhere, but otherwise than that, just staying out of the negative. Because majority of people want to see you fail more than they want to see you.
That's enjoyable.
Yeah, and it's like you said, as you continue to build, people are waiting for you to trip, mess up, fall, so they can celebrate that. But at the end of the day, if you built a lifetime of kind of being authentic, like I'm probably going to be one of the most authentic, grounded people anybody going to come across. I'm saying that because that's part of the reason why I'm in the position I'm in, is because I'm not afraid to talk about it. I'm not afraid to get a credit where the credit is due.
That's right.
And I'll never get a big head about none of it. Right. You see me, you ask me yourself, you be like, Stan, now I know you doing well, I know you, but you keep your Escalade clean, but I remember I had that one, you don't want to get something else new? And I said, for what? Like, it's doing what I needed to do. I'm going from point to, and it's in good care.
That's right.
While I say that, Cadillac sent me, they sent me a gift for having that same automobile for 20 years. 20-year anniversary was in July. And they sent me, the CEO sent me an email. Miss Mary, she sent me an email speaking very glowingly and thankful. And then they sent me a Cadillac wooden package with a bunch of goodies in it and another card and letter. And somebody from customer care reached out and everything. And I do need to put that out there and let people know that I appreciate that, and at the same time, that's a good thing to do. But just little things like that where I can go out, like you said before, if you're trying to impress other people, or you be like, let me let y'all see the money on me.
Right.
Versus, let me make sure I have it, make sure I know where I can go get it, but I don't never need to show it.
That's right.
I only need it for what I need it for. Because again, he did it, it's his. So it's not so much like, let you see me roll around in it, let you see me wear it.
Right.
It's more or less like it's his for his purpose, and I need to be in tune so I know what I need to do with it. It's good to have nice things, if you know, whatever, but at the same time, there's a balance, there's a check and balance.
Yeah, balance. That's right.
Because you know yourself, like sometimes when you get too far out there and you like, I'm gonna go get this, I'm gonna have fun, right in the mouth.
Yep.
You be like, why I get hit in the mouth? You're doing too much.
You're doing too much.
You're doing too
Get
much.
back in your lane.
Exactly.
That's right.
So
when you his, he loves you. Look, when he loves you, he'll chastise you.
That's it. But yeah, just
if you love your child, you chastise your child, don't you?
Chastise your child just to get them back in alignment. And you know we talk about that all the time.
That's right. You
especially for men, we got to get back in alignment, and the alignment is up to him. So it's like once we get aligned with him, now we moving how we supposed to move. Once we get out of alignment, stuff start going left, going right. As you say, go sideways. Yeah, it goes sideways, and you don't want that. So
this is a world-class dude. This is a good guy, man. When you want to hear, when people talk about who's like, you know, some people who are really just a good person, they don't got to be all over the place. This cat do all kind of stuff. You never know he's even doing it. Helping people, being there for people. Just quiet, just a quiet storm. Very effective, making moves, but not rah about it. And I'm glad that you took the time, man, to come out and sit and talk with me, man. Thank you, brother. You know, you ain't had to come on my little platform, man, but you came out here, man, and spent your Friday evening, man, where he could be doing something way better than sitting here talking to me. And I appreciate you for that, man.
Yeah, no problem.
We're going to do some good things together, brother.
Always, of course. It's God's people.
And with that being said, we're going to say thank you, everybody, for viewing the Power Up with Keith WITHROW show, man, where we're going to come back with some more good content, and we're going to talk about the stories when people get hit in the mouth. Bow. We love y'all. Have a good day.
The Power Up with Keith WITHROW show is sponsored by Motor Coach Consulting International. Excellence in ground transportation.